Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello everyone. Welcome to more We Talk. We Talk Football. Oh my goodness, what did I just witness? Okay. This is hardly going to be a review. I'm just saying whatever comes to my head as it just comes to my head. Okay. To be fair, I just finished watching Benfica versus Chelsea, and I have to say, this is a crazy game. Everything that could happen happened. Like literally everything that could happen happened. Oh my god. Okay. Fair play to Chelsea. First half started. We started off well. We were pressing. We were asking questions to the Benfica defense. Constantly. I felt, okay, we have to take our chances. In fact, the opening minutes, the very first attack, Pedro Neto hits one, shot on target, goalkeeper saves it. Multiple times, you see Cucurella will have his chance, and there was this, keeper was beaten, and there was this Benfica defender just at the perfect spot to head the ball out. Cole Palmer on the left for a change, but he kept on. He made a descent. He actually was decent, yeah, at the first half, especially with those crosses in. I just wished a Delap or somebody met those crosses because they came in with power. And the game just kept on going on. And Benfica just kept on looking so flat. I was so confused, like, really? To be fair, I know how they took out Bayern Munich, but my question was, how did they even score Bayern Munich like this? They were so slow, lethargic, but my goodness, their defense. And that goalkeeper, Trobin. Now I see what Bayern Munich saw with you. That guy, I don't know what. It's like he's a ball magnet. I'm still clapping. He's a ball magnet. Cucurella hits the ball and he just stretches his arm out and he stops it. I'm like, how? The game continues. They take their water break. The game stays the same. It even got to a point where, like, they had no shot on target. There was even a point that it was 7-0 of corners. Chelsea 7 corners. They had 0. It was that bad. It was just the defense. And our attack just kept on fumbling. There was one opportunity for the lap. I'm glad I remembered this one because I said I was going to talk about it. The lap came in. That's the one with the Cucurella attempt that hit that defender and he nodded it out. But before it even got to Cucurella, the lap should have been looking into the 18-yard box, not just about trying to score in that moment. Palmer was free. If he had only given the ball to Palmer, it took a wicked deflection on the Benfica side and went straight to Cucurella. I'm glad that he took his man on and with that beautiful attempt. And for me, that was the highlight of the first half. First half finishes 0-0. I'm like, surely something has to give in the second half. Surely. And then the game continues the second half, and in fact, before the first half was over, I could see that the lap's head was no longer in the game. It was obvious. The lap's head was no longer in the game. His positioning was off. Everything was off about him. And I said it, I'm like, look, this guy cannot continue in this game. His head is not in this game. Fair play, Enzo Maresca. He sees that. My goodness. Eventually in the second half. But shortly before that happens, we have a free kick to take in the second half. And my skipper, Reece James, steps up with an audacious strike into the 18-yard box. The ball takes a wicked bounce, and we all know how bounces at that speed can be very, very dangerous for any goalkeeper. It takes a wicked bounce and it goes right in. A lot of people will blame the goalkeeper, but that one, a lot of goalkeepers will have problems with that, especially with giving the speed and that bounce. And 1-0. And here I am screaming, my skipper, my skipper. My skipper, my skipper. 1-0. The game kept on dragging. Eventually, Enzo Maresca sees that, look, Delap is not in this game. He takes Delap out. Brings in Nkunku. Takes out, who did he take? I think it was Lavia. I think it was Lavia. No, I think it was Enzo Fernandez. Took out Enzo Fernandez. Drewsbury Hall comes in. And who else? There were 3 of them. Yeah, takes out Reece James and brings in Gusto. I personally, when I saw this, I was like, are you sure you want Gusto to finish this game up? It's a 1-0 lead. This is similar to the Flamengo game. You can't just be making these kind of subs, especially the one with James and Gusto. You are bringing the standard down in a 1-goal lead. And the game continues. And before we know what's going on, we're looking like we're home and dry. It's the 85th minute. And lo and behold, what happens? The game gets suspended because of adverse weather. This, it may have happened before, but personally, I have never seen this happen before. I was fuming. I was like, what? Because of rain? Rain? You're going to suspend a match because of rain? What's it raining in at Charlotte? What's it raining there? Is it raining fire? Is the rain acid? You can't play ball in the rain? Fair play. I find out that it was because the weather there can be a bit extreme, especially with the lightning strikes. And there's a FIFA rule, apparently, that if there is a lightning strike within 10-mile radius of the venue of the game, that game will be suspended for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And within that 30 minutes, if there is no lightning strike in that area, within a 10-mile radius of that area, the game will continue. And there I was counting down innocently, and I checked my map to see the weather over there. Fair play to Eunice Talks Football. Shout out, brother. I saw his video, his watch along, and Eunice was talking weather. We went from YTF to YTW. Eunice was talking weather, and before we know what was going on, another lightning appears within the 10-mile radius of that area. And lo and behold, the match gets suspended again, this time indefinitely. And there was this whole barrage of lightnings. I'm like, what is going on? And I don't think I've ever seen that amount, because the storm coverage was quite huge. I think it covered like a quarter of the United States. I'm like, what is going on? So we wait and we wait and we wait. I got tired. I even started sleeping off because this game started at 9 p.m. my time. And we just finished at past 1 a.m. So that's how long we had to wait, like 5 hours in a match that started on the 28th of June and finished on the 29th of June. So eventually the game resumes after that crazy weather coverage. And Because something in me was not comfortable because it's a one goal lead, and within 5 minutes to finish the game, and now you're giving these guys an hour rest. You might as well call it the second leg, as most people are calling it now, because they are well rested. And that 5 minutes, I knew it was going to be tough. Yes, you could say that both sides rested, but the truth was that the momentum was heavily on our side. Giving them an hour break to rest tilts the momentum evenly balanced. And I knew something was going to happen. Sadly, my fears came to fruition. And where did it come from? The very thing that I said, the mistake. Gusto. Fair play, I get it. You were defending, you made a jump, you jumped. But for goodness sake, what is your hand doing that high up? You've already made the jump. If it was the initial attempt to jump, I can understand. You've already made the jump. You are on your descent. You're about to start your descent. What is your hand still doing up there? And the ball hits his hand and a penalty is given. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't write this. You can't write this. You can't write. I was already fuming. I was cursing. I was angry with Enzo Maresca. But eventually, there we were. After waiting an hour, a penalty, Di Maria steps up, goal. Of course it was going to be a goal. I wasn't expecting Sanchez to save it. And now the game is 1-1. And what was just 5 minutes where we could all see the finish line, extra time. I'm like, you can't write this. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Chelsea, are we actually going to go out like this? No. The game finishes. We go into extra time. The game resumes. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? Fair play. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I just became emotionally detached from the game. And I was like, whatever happens, happens. Yeah. And before we knew what was going on, there was a tackle. I think it was it Gusto or Caicedo? I don't remember. But there was a tackle from a Benfica player who was already on a yellow card, and he picks his second yellow card and it's a red card. And I was here thinking, what's the difference really? Because these people now, this is going to make them to even want to defend more. Because I'm pretty sure they know that their goalkeeper is on point compared to Sanchez. But fair play to them. They didn't just sit back. They actually wanted to kill the game off before pens. Although it was a risky move because you are now a player down. And before we know what's going on, there is a counter-attack. A counter-attack. The ball was played in from, I think from Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer to Caicedo. Caicedo hits the ball. And he hits the goalkeeper. A terrible mistake from Torben. The ball goes under him, slips under him, and voila, Nkunku is free on goal. There's a defender on him, fair enough. The defender trickles him, he loses his balance a bit, and it doesn't get the ball. So he had to pull back and make a chip. Because the defender was already on the ground. If he had just hit the ball directly, that defender was going to save it. And he makes a chip and the ball goes into the net. And I'm like, oh my God, 2-1. Is this actually happening? 2-1. Game on. Because now at this point, I'm like, Benfica has to come out. And if they come out, 10 men, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. And I don't blame them because at this point, they are losing. They have to fight. It's not a question of penalties anymore. They are losing. So they came out. And before we knew what was going on, what looked like us leaving the FIFA Club World Cup, it ended up becoming a battery. Balls clean through. A true ball pass to Pedro Neto. And Pedro Neto is running in, and I'm like, surely, man, you have to score this. And Pedro Neto is one-on-one with Torben. And Pedro Neto just slots it home. Curls the ball round the goalkeeper and into the net. 3-1. At this point, I am at peace. And I'm watching the game with a relaxed mind. Little did I know. What's his name? Drewsbury Hall. Another true ball to him. And he goes in one-on-one and he slots the ball, rounds the keeper once again, and it's 4-1. Game is dead and buried. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're in the quarterfinal. We're in the quarterfinal. So, I am excited. I still have my eye on you, Maresca. My eyes on you. I still have my eyes on you, Maresca. Because truly, I can forgive Nkunku because truly the lap was not in that game. I may understand Drewsbury Hall, but for goodness sake, Reece James for Gusto in a 1-goal lead? Hello? Haven't you learned anything from the Flamingo game? Well, fair play. At least out of the 3 of them, 2 were goal scorers. So fair play. Please don't repeat this mistake anymore, especially not on a 1-goal lead. Don't go dropping the quality when you have a slim lead. Because at that point, I was so scared, like, oh my goodness, we filled the squad with weaker players and we're heading into penalties and we've taken out the stronger players. I'm so excited and I'm exhausted and I'm tired. Please, Chelsea, don't do this to me again. Please don't do this to me again. At this point, bring on the Brazilians. Bring on the Brazilians. What the? Whoa. Just bring them on. Fair play, Chelsea. Fair play, Chelsea fans. And to those that played the entire time, the Cole Palmers, the Cucurella, I applaud you guys. You guys did well. My only fear now is what damage is this going to do to the players in our next game? We're missing out on Caicedo, by the way. He picked a yellow card, and that part worries me, especially against the Palmeiras. I just pray that our players are on their A game in that game, especially the likes of Enzo and Lavia, since we'll be missing Caicedo. Anyway, I'm tired. I need to go sleep. See you guys in another one. I should be talking about the Gittins game, but yes, we've signed Gittins. Good thing for Bluco. Congratulations, you got your man. I don't really see him upping the levels that much, but yeah, at least there's a winger now. So let's see. Maybe we'll have another video and talk about that in depth. But yes, here we go. It's official now. We have Gittins, and I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below, whatever you feel, whatever thrills, whatever madness you've gone through as well. I'm trusting you're a Chelsea fan too. And even if you're a hater, please put your tears in the comment section. Yeah, can't wait to read those. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in another one. Take care. God bless.